Morning everybody, nice to see you. You all right, chums? I'm not so bad, thank you. We're back inside London's underground, literally because it's now teeming with rain. But as I often say here, it's summer, so we get used to that, right? Don't worry about it too much, it's not too bad down here. It's a funny thing though to look down in the underground because it's plastered with lots and lots and lots of messages from our current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. These in particular about we're all welcome, doesn't matter what you are, what you do, etc. It's all very nice, isn't it? But as I pointed out before, well, there's so many jobs now advertised literally from things like TfL, of which he's in charge of, where you're not allowed to apply if you're white. It's as simple as that. The same with the BBC, mass discrimination. But can you imagine, really, I mean, think about this. You've travelled halfway around the world, you're at the start of your holidays, and perhaps as you come into Heathrow and hop on the tube, you see one of Sadiq's posters, and then you arrive at your hotel to find this. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for your time today. Lovely to have your company. And yes, back on London's underground, as I say, terrible weather at the minute, you know, sort of one of those rain that come from nowhere, you know, this sort of thing. But don't worry, we battle on. Yes, it takes a lot more to get shot of me than a bit of rain. We've got another line just coming into vision soon, so don't worry about that. People say, Neil, it looks very close. It's not as close as it looks, but it's funny how the camera can play tricks, isn't it? I know, I'm only 29, but there you go. Now let's get back, of course. Stop it. Now let's get back, of course, to your story of the day. A big situation developed up in the wonderful area of Epping. Now, in case you don't know, a situation developed up in the wonderful area of Epping in Essex. And I mentioned this previously. Many years ago, I actually worked at that particular hotel. And it's a wonderful place simply because it's just nice, quaint, something that you'd imagine something like Miss Marple might live in, the type of village, you know, the sort of thing I mean. Something's erupted over the last few days, and this is because unvetted migrants have been placed in that hotel, and naturally the locals fear, simply because certain things have taken a nasty turn, whichever way Sir Keir Starmer and the rest of the British government wish to paint it. People are frightened. And this is a situation that really is going to get worse, in my particular opinion, because, you know, you're just allowing people with absolutely no vetting at all to come and be placed in the absolute heart of this wonderful country, and then wonder why we have the highest crime rate with illegal migrants coming in. But here's where this gets interesting, right? Because as I said, imagine you've travelled halfway around the world and you see all those posters by the current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, London welcomes you, etc., etc., right? You arrive at the hotel, this hotel, the Britannia International. And this is now where they've placed all the illegal migrants from the Bell Hotel in Epping to the very heart of London, East London in fact. Now here's where this gets really difficult because, you know, the problem is that is a major hotel chain, the Britannia chain, but they did not bother to tell or alert any of the guests. There's no information, they were just turned away with a notice upon the door. Now imagine how this looks literally for the tourist trade, really in the very heart of London and across the world. The problem is that according to a very well-placed source at Downing Street, they're now pressurising Sadiq Khan to, well, come up and do something on social media to alleviate any fears. The problem that you have is the damage is done. These images are around the world. What I would suggest, chums, if you are planning to come to London, do check with your hotel because it could be catastrophic if you arrive. The other side of the coin as well is what the government aren't telling you, and I can share this with you first, is if you've got a major, big hotel, certain floors could be taken off literally for migrants, so you could still be sharing a hotel unbeknown to you. And what I might suggest, of course, making sure that you keep all your valuables safe. That's not just a thing throwing out there, that's from very good sources, literally of cleaners leaving doors open with the clean rooms. You get the picture. It's a terrifying situation that is developing over here right now in London, and one that could have very quickly and easily been, well, alleviated. But seemingly, right now, the government, headed by Sir Keir Starmer, alongside our current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, well, they do nothing to calm the fears. But as I said, as Sadiq's just darted back from a nice jolly to Nigeria, at least we can look forward to all those warm, welcoming posters saying everybody's welcome, even if they're truly not. Neil Sean in the very heart of London's underground.